Alright, I'm ready.
Okay, now in my military experience, I was what they call a ground pounder. Means I stayed on the ground. And we used to make a lot of fun of airborne guys. You know, we'd say guys that jump out of a perfectly flyable airplane. Of course, then I had to take a trip across the Atlantic going back to Europe on an Air Force C-141 air evac. And we left out of McGuire Air Force Base, New Jersey. No sooner had we got out over the Atlantic and the gyroscopes went out on the plane. So it's flying like this, and the pilots are trying to keep it under control. They get it back to McGuire Air Force Base, and we're on the ground for about a half hour for them to fix it. And I'm sitting there thinking, that doesn't seem like much time to fix things. But anyway, we take off again from McGuire Air Force Base over the Atlantic, and we land in the Azores Islands. And as soon as we land and the plane taxis into the terminal, as soon as it stops, the cargo ramp on the back goes bam and just drops. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I'm not going to talk about perfectly flyable airplanes anymore. We're just going to refer to them as planes that can land under their own power. Because I figured out that day that the Air Force mechanics come out of the same gene pool as the Army mechanics that we had that messed things up so bad. So, anyway, and I also quit making fun of airborne guys because I started, when I got older, I started doing all the air mobile stuff. Air mobile is when you're in a helicopter, they attach you to a rope and you rappel to the ground out of it. And after I've been doing that for a while, I realized a guy jumps out of an airplane on a parachute, he's not attached to the plane, somebody shoots that plane down, he's still good. But if I'm on a rope attached to a helicopter and something to that helicopter happens to that helicopter, I got a problem. So I quit making fun of the airborne guys. But this song is an old Roger Miller song, and this is my tribute to the airborne guys. Me and Oliver and Virgil in the drugstore killing time when my eyes fell upon this magazine. When I got to reading this article about skydiving, parachuting, it said jumping out of airplanes was the thing. Now, being raised down on the farm and always ready for adventure, well, I knew that I could find a way. Well, Delmer Gill's got a parachute, and Uncle Harvey's got an airplane, so we called the boys together. Today's the day. Well, I found out too late what Uncle Harvey called an airplane wasn't nothing but an engine and a wind. And I felt my fear rising as Delmer packed the parachute because he kept telling me I was doing the right thing. Ron McLaughlin shook my hand and J.D. strapped me in the harness. Tilton brought a jug and passed it around. So I took one look at that parachute and that whiskey in that airplane, and I turned that bottle up and I drank it down. Well, I was drunker than Cooter Jones when they boarded me in that plane. The engine coughed and headed for the clouds. I was sober as a judge when Harvey opened up the door, and I've never known my heart could beat so loud. I screamed, "Harvey, I can't do this," as he kicked me out the door, and I wrapped my hands around the landing gear. And I was holding on real good till Harvey stomped down on my fingers, and Virgil heard me scream from way down there. Well, I thank God and Delmer Gill when my parachute finally opened, and I thought, well, there ain't no use in being afraid. I came crashing through the hen house, scattering chickens and breaking eggs, and then I kissed that ground and fainted dead away. Now, friends, I've fought some battles, and I've been shot at once or twice, and I darn near got run over by trains. But I never do remember being any more afraid than the day I jumped from Uncle Harvey's plane.